No, I didn't realize the time. I was like, oh my goodness, I gotta go. I've got a live sequence to do for you guys. Good morning. It's still morning, and I am your party host. My name is Kim Overholt, your party artist, and I am here at my studio, Overholt Art and Entertainment Studio. You want to know a little bit more about me? Look at me up at my funky address, kimoverholt.com. And today's Wednesday. So Wednesday today is one of those days where I get to like talk to you for a little while, and then we're going to do some painting. So I had the guys up here, the guys from Rush here. Yeah, I was working on that, but I'm going to change it over. So we're going to do a painting today. So it's painting to Wednesday, and yeah, I'm getting my stuff ready. I just like, oh yeah, I gotta get ready. Gotta put myself together, try to look kind of half decent. All right, so let me get this angled up properly, and let me show you how I do a painting. Now I'm going to take this painting that I have right now. The guys from Rush. Hey guys, it's funny. When I was young, I had a dream about these guys when they looked like this, and I had a dream that I was at somebody's place. It was on a fire lane, and I don't know if anybody lived on a fire lane street, but I was on this fire lane, and big house, big, almost like A-frame shape kind of house. Maybe I was dreaming it. I used to have dreams that I met the Beatles too, and that's another story. So let me just tuck this one aside next to my David Bowie, and let me grab myself some stuff so that we can paint. Okay, hold on. Come with me. Oh, no, you can't come with me. You can breathe hard, though. I'll listen. Okay. Well, it looks as though I'm going to have to break out my new boxes I got just in time for Christmas. Look at it even had a bow on it. They were thinking of me. It's Christmas time, and I'd got myself a 5-piece of 16 by 20 canvases, which is really the size that I use whenever I do a nice paint night with everybody getting out. It's not too big where it's getting in the way of people, and it's not too small where it's like if you want to see something more, you can make it bigger. Yeah. Okay. That didn't come out right. I mean to say is that if you wanted it to be, if you wanted a bigger size, you can pick a bigger size. But, I just had like a dot. I didn't know that. But this is nice to keep. Maybe I'll wear it in my hair today. No. Okay. Give me 1 second. Get the ukulele back. All right. And let me just break my canvases out. So yeah, this is what I usually use. I go to Michael's. I used to work for Michael's. This is where I got my fancy apron from, because I used to teach people how to paint. Yeah, and I used to use not this size of canvas for doing them, but something a little bit more. I think it's like an 8 by 10, and making something beautiful like that. That's what I used to do at Michael's. Yeah, I used to make those kind of things at Michael's. And I taught people how to do it, just like when I was doing the partying with everybody over at Boston Pizzas, and where else was I? Boston Pizzas, Manhattan's, Jack Astor's. Oh gosh, there were so many other places that we did over the years, and I've forgotten because it's been so long. So let me just break through the skin here. Oh man, I want to paint today too. It's one of those days. Yeah. So here's a story for you. I'm always looking around for work. When I'm not working, I'm looking for work. So this is what I do. Right? So I went looking for a list of what available jobs are and how things are going in the market right now with the last 2 years and everything. We can't mention any names because people are pretty pissed about it. I'm pretty pissed about it myself. I don't like this whole shenanigans. So you know what? I was like, when it first, it's not funny. When it first happened, I was watching television and I would see like in China, you'd see like people wearing masks. I'm like, oh, okay, that must be just for certain people when it's happening. That was like 2017, 2016, even they were doing. I'm like, okay, well, sometimes people have preferences. They want to do that, right? So, and then in 2000, it was 2018, and I seen more of it coming. I'm like, okay, what's up with that? And then, of course, there comes the one day where they say, oh, by the way, We didn't want to say anything, but something got loose. It's like, oh, come on, really?
Oh man.
Something got loose. Yeah, sure. Yeah, something got loose. And meanwhile, like for those who don't know me, I've ever since I was young, I've been really kind of fascinated by. Well, I used to listen to Sting, and I used to listen to the Police, and I started diving deeper into things that probably a young mind shouldn't get into, and started learning a little bit about the wars. We would learn history, and I would pick up little pieces and little things about the war that I found really fascinating. Because my grandfather was in the war. He was in the First World War, and I thought, we were lucky enough that well, I don't think maybe my uncle might have fought in the Second World War, but my dad was too young to fight in the Second World War at the time, and so it was only my grandfather. But I was always so interested in learning, why would people want to fight against each other? Why do people fight? And then I realized it all had to do more with money. It all has to do with money. And it's a really sad thing to think that we sacrifice our lives, our well beings, and everything that we work for money, only just to have somebody wanting to take it away from us, and it's kind of sad, but whatever. And so yeah, these are the kind of things that I used to look up, and looking up all kinds of different occupations and things like that. And yeah, I forgot where I was going with that, but yeah, I looked up a lot of information about the wars. First World War, Second World War, and I learned a lot about something called chemical warfare, a biological and chemical warfare. Now, back when I was 16 years old, and this is going back a few years, so that was, say, roughly around 1985, 86, I did a project where I got an A+ on it, and I found a lot of very, very interesting information, because I was one of those kids that I always kind of stayed in the library kind of thing, and decided to do a lot of research on my own to find out what I wanted to learn about. Of course, I was wanting to learn about telekinesis and all that kind of other stuff, that, things that go on. Um, I'm not going to say with me, because if I say stuff like that, it's going to get people thinking, "Oh, she's into that kind of thing." No, no, no. Although I am, there's more fascination with that in other words, but not with that for this particular one. But chemical and biological warfare, I learned a lot about it, and learned that it didn't actually stop after World War II ended. Of course, we all know that. We all know that it continued. Went from Germany, they brought it over to the United States, and developed and spread it along. Around, even though they went under the hush hush of, like, nobody should know kind of thing. It's like you'd be you'd be surprised to find out what I found out, and that was back when I was 16 years old. Um, Sorry, I watched a lot of. I saw a movie once. I saw a movie once too, and I don't think I've ever seen it again, because it probably had too much information in about chemical and biological warfare, and it actually was a pretty bad movie. That um, one of the people in this actual movie, um, at the end, that they were killed by the things that they were trying to cover up. Does that make sense? So yeah, yeah. So yeah, obviously that's the chemical and biological warfare. What happened is this person ended up getting wise to what was going on, and what happened? It ended up, yeah, they ended up dying. Yeah, they ended up getting killed by their own hand in some strange way. Anyways, neither here nor there. And this is the stuff that I like to research, and I look up all kinds of things. And then when I hear stuff about things that go going on in the world, and it's like, okay, well, why didn't anybody like do anything? Why do they always keep it quiet? And they go, oh, by the way. Yeah, that's all right. That's okay. We live and learn as we go, and that's probably too much information for any of you who are wanting to learn more about drawing and painting than chemical and biological warfare. And I'm sure that if I keep talking about it, I will get my videos looked at and say, the only chemicals I work with are the chemicals that go into, say, some nice lovely paints, and a mixing of different paints, and that's about it. Yeah, and you know what? I really like the stuff I go looking up now. I always look, like I say, looking for other jobs, and they list like all kinds of different jobs that you can choose from, pick and choose. You know, I thought it was just simple. You know, either you work for like something that's more um, like working in a factory, or you work more in an office, or you work more with the public, or you work more, you're more on the side of entertainment kind of thing, which I am on the side of entertainment. I used to be more on the side of entertainment because I used to be like I say, a magician's assistant, clown, if it wasn't obvious. And yeah, so it's just you live and learn as you go, and doing things like this. But this is Wednesday, so it's talking and painting day. So I do a little talking, and we're going to do a little painting. So I have to find a nice painting that I want you to do with me, say in the upcoming years. Let's see. So what I usually do to get myself motivated is I look around online for different things that I might find motivating for myself. So let me just look on my handy dandy phone here, and I have different spots that I go to find inspiration for doing stuff. And you know what? I really love doing beach scenes. My last one was like a nice palm tree, which is always like a lot of fun to do. And if I can find it, I'll show you. Oh, yeah, the last one I think I did this last Wednesday. Besides the one with the fireworks for New Year's, and I still have, if you guys want to do anything for New Year's, I'm going to be running out of canvases, but I can always get more. I can always get more if you guys want to do that in the new coming year. You want to do something spectacular like this, like a nice little thing. Or we can just keep it nice and subdued, laid back, like a nice little, like I say, this palm tree picture that I did. It actually turned out really nice. And I love doing like sunsets, seascapes, landscapes. What else is there? Oh, of course. I work with kids, so I do all kinds of wild and woolly things with cartooning and things like that too. So for today, I'm just going to find myself, like, say, landscapes, seascape. So I got to think about what's coming up. So if we think ahead, we have Valentine's Day coming up. That's right, Valentine's Day is coming up. Maybe you can find something special to make for Valentine's Day. Something special. Maybe I'll make something special just for you. Something special just for you? I think so. Now, just to make sure that we have everything here, I've got my water. It's got my water in there. And I've always got a China plate, so I can put my paints on it. Oh my gosh, it's getting really windy out today. Oh, maybe they're blowing you away to, maybe it'll whisk me away to the world of the Wizard of Oz. I doubt it, but with the Wizard of Oz, which it would be an ounce. I wouldn't mind having like an ounce of gold. That'd be so cool. Let's see, an ounce of gold right here. Oh, imagine that. Anyways, here's gold. I like gold. It's because I'm Dutch. I'm a Dutch painter. Have you heard that one before? Yeah, I know you have. Okay. So let me get you started because I'm already almost 15 minutes in, and then I want to keep it kind of quick and painless for you. So let's make something really quick and nice for you. And we'll start with some nice red because it'll be for doing Valentine's. So on my plate, I'm putting some red there. And of course, some nice white because white is nice to do too. And of course, I got to make sure that I can actually pour it. It's kind of stuck. Whoa, careful. I'm going to splatter myself with white paint. That would be wonderful. I mean, that's something you catch alive every once in a while. Me who splatters of paint on my face. Or something else. Who knows? Okay. Oh, there we go. Big gob of white paint. Ooh, careful. I feel like Griselda here. La 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 la. Oh, and some black, of course, some black. But then white, you gotta have the black. Black, white, and red. And I think I'll grab some. There we go. And then next, I think I'll grab some. So what color am I missing? I got all colors except 4. Oh, I need blue. I need blue. I need some blue. I need that too. And I can't play any music because copyright. Everybody gets all bent out of shape when I play some. Now, right? Some of this blue to go. Blue and some yellow. Yellow. Killer fellow. Oh, there's some yellow. Da, 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 da. And around this time is like as soon as I do this, I get my legs shaking like Elvis because I get excited. I kind of have to. Oh. I get excited. I want to go pay Jupiter. Oh. Okay, now make sure that I'm not putting stuff all over my stuff. You know, and it's cold up here today. It's like not very nice up here today. And my hair, of course, like I've tried to keep it under control, but it's like it wants to do its own thing today. So it's going to do its own thing today. And I'm going to show you how to do a painting. Now, I think, oh, see, now I'm watching him put my stuff in paint. Maybe I'll put this on because it'll keep me nice and warm. It's cold up here. I've got my DC. Oh, you don't see. I go. My DC. That's right. DC. There we go. Yeah, I used to love DC comics. Those were good back in the day. Oh yeah, I'm keeping it on. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. Okay. All right. So let me get you going with a little bit of paint, and we'll do something really cool for Valentine's Day. So we'll start with a nice little background. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a cool little design. We're going to do like a cool little design with paint. And I'm going to start off again like I usually do. I'm going to start off with my Big Bob Ross 1-inch brush. I'm going to wet my canvas from top to bottom. Want to hire me for something or we're going to have fun just getting to know each other. Contact me. That's the best way to get to know me. Pardon, I get a little wet sometimes. Ooh, the wetter the better, baby. Ooh, splash me. Oh, look at that. Oh. Yeah, I love that. Ooh, wet. Oh, I love wet. Flipping it over. Polar bear in the snowstorm. Polar bear in the snowstorm. There we go. Flipping it over. Wet. Well, you guys know me. When I ever do a paint night with you guys, if you ever see me do a paint night, I hold back no punches. I love to have fun with you guys and make it a little bit dirty, you know, because it get dirty to get clean. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It works that way. I just get excited to be painting. That's all it is. So, something for Valentine's Day. We're going to make this really, really nice and abstract. So, we're going to have fun. Okay, I'm going to start with a little bit of red and maybe a little bit of pink. I'm going to make some pink. Pink's so nice. So, I'm going to start with some red on my tip of this little brush, along with some white here, and mix it together on a nice little palette of colors. And just apply it to my canvas. Crisscross applesauce. Crisscross applesauce. All the way down and all the way back again. Because sometimes that's all it needs is just a little crisscross applesauce. Crisscross applesauce, crisscross applesauce, crisscross. And what's going to happen with the power of gravity? Hey, did you know it was Frank Zappa's birthday yesterday? And with the power of gravity and a forward motion just like this, rub it. There we go. Okay, so yeah, there's a yeah. I didn't get a chance to see Frank Zappa's home when I was there on Mulholland, but I did get to see Houdini's place. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to flip over. I'm going to do it again with a little bit of darker colors and see if it can run. It will run. It will run. I will run with you if you run with me. We will run and be free. We can run together in all kinds of weather. Yeah, I got my ukulele today. Somebody wanted to see me perform the Priest of Syrinx on my ukulele. I'm like, that's kind of a scary thing to do. You want to see something like that. We are the priests of the temples of Syrinx. Our great computers Build our hollow walls. We are the priests of the temples of Ceres. I would give your life. I tell within our walls. Doom, 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 doom. Yeah, I love Rush. Okay. I'm getting hungry. Oh, second breakfast is coming. And I'm going to be really happy about that. I'm not sure what to have. Maybe I'll have eggs. Eggs is good. You always got to be careful what you eat nowadays. You got to keep healthy because, there's a lot of unhealthy things going on in this world. Unhealthy behaviors and whatnot. Myself included. Yeah, I know. I always try to be good to myself, but, sometimes it doesn't happen as much. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit more, maybe a little bit more depth to it. I'm thinking maybe a little darker. A little darker with it. A little darker. And I think we're going to start at the other side first. So we're going to flip it back over. We're going to start at the top of this one here. It's going to be dark. So crisscross applesauce again. Get that. It gives you like the grated kind of feel to it. Maybe only go so far. Oh, what was that? Oh, I've got mail. Woo! I got mail. I need no sunshine when she's gone. And the darkness, she's not there. Go. There we go. And Bob Ross's brush, it really does go nice. Causes really nice things to happen. It looks a little funny because it's got little sections on it now too. But they're good for making like trees. Maybe I'll make like a little scene. I'll show you some cool techniques. How's that sound? I'll show you some cool techniques to do, okay? So there's this, like, I love doing this technique. It's really, really nice. But the great thing is, like, for this particular thing, you can always add, like, a little hint of water into it and remove some of the paint. And it gives it, like, a little bit of a dimension. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to take my brush. And so this will be more like little pointer tips for today. So I just rinse out my brush like that. So I've got like nothing on my brush like right now. And what I'm going to do is something like this. Let's see. Now, because it is still wet, I'm just going to take my brush and clear a little paint off of my face. Wipe off my brush. Clean it actually out. I'll clean that out. But before I do that, I will take a paper towel. Should I just leave it? I'm watching it. I'm like, this looks kind of neat. I think I might just leave it. I'm going to throw anything else into there. There. A little bit more. Why not, right? I feel like Griselda from the Hilarious House of Frankenstein. Okay, so there you go. So get a little bit of an idea. Get a nice sideways one going over here too. So again, the fun with paint is like you can always take this paper towel and bunch it up into like a little bunch like this, and just quickly just get the top on there. And what it does is water removes it. So we're working with vibrations and energy today. Vibration. Energy. Bear with me. being an artist, you know, you can change things and make it do all kinds of new and wonderful, wild things that you've never even contemplated before. Just got to give it a try, right? You got to see what works and what won't. Whoa! And make sure that your canvas doesn't fall forward and knock down. Yeah, okay. So the thing we can do too is flip it over. Yeah. And see what you like better too. Okay, and now we're going to switch. I'm going to add a little bit of a purple to it as well, because you know. Yes, I'll show you some interesting little techniques too. So, oh, I know what I'll use. This is my card. Please have my card, KimOverholt.com. It tells you what I do. And you can also add into that ukulele playing and stuff. You want to call me? Call me. You want to email me? Email me. I'm always available for any kind of artwork you want. I also copy other people's artwork too. I'm pretty good at being a mimic. And okay, so as you can see, there's still some little bits and stuff, but that's okay because we want to kind of play with it. We're playing with the background right now, kind of make a really nice thing for doing. That right. There we go. Do Bob Ross smooth out like he does. Make that noise too. It also helps make that noise. So, you know, make like something neat for like doing the clothing design, having something different. Kind of nice. All right, so I'm thinking of ideas as I'm going. So yeah, it's good to think as you go. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch it over. You can even turn it sideways too. Sometimes when you turn it sideways, you can find something cool too. Oh, and I have to look up a painting, a picture that I did a long time ago. See if I can find it. Somebody did a picture of some skull, something or other, and I have something just like it that I designed once too long time ago. Scary. It's very scary. Well, actually, you know what? And instead of using, I just want to. What color should I use? I want to use this, but I don't want to muck up any kind of ideas that I may have for later. I want to use a light color. Maybe I'll use yellow. I'll scrape down some yellow. Okay, so watch this. I'm going to take my card. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to dip it in my yellow. So it's kind of right across the edge there, you see. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this from pink to orange. So it's just the colors in between. I'll show you. I never quite sure what it's going to do because like when you scrape something, it acts a little bit differently. So. Scraping technique, yes. All right, the sun's coming out too, so you can kind of see a little bit better as well. Now you see, it makes a whole kind of different technique there too. So I'll flip it over and I'll do the other side as well, so you can kind of see. So it just did like the bottom part. Didn't really do the top part here. Let's do this little part here. So there you go. It gives you like a little bit more of a wild looking. Okay, so that's yellow and red, oranges. So a couple different techniques for you to learn today. And I could also do some scrapings in black, but I want to make sure what I'm doing first, if there's any other colors I should be adding to this to kind of give it, it needs something, right? It needs something. I know, right? We're going to wait till it dries and I'll make a portrait on it. I love drawing people with abstract backgrounds too. But working with abstract backgrounds is basically what I wanted to show you. So they give you something abstract to play with. Again, I don't want to do too much because if I do too much, it's going to end up. I'll do some red. I'll do some red. I'll do some straight red as a scrape too. Okay, so here we go. Okay, here goes nothing. Okay. And one more for good measure at the end there too. Now, as you can see, it took some of the yellow down at the bottom here and made it kind of run kind of like fire. It all looks so kind of neat right down here. I kind of like boo-boo a little bit, but there's no mistakes in art, just happy accidents, right? That's what Bob Ross says anyways. We'll go with that. So there you go. A little bit of an idea that you can do with scraping. That's another great technique I use with, which is the business card. Making an interesting looking kind of pattern on there. Let me just make a couple other spots. Because it's good to play with it a little bit. You gotta play with it a little bit. Can't keep it in the box all the time, you know what I'm saying? Gotta let it out and breathe sometimes. There we go, something like that, see? And you can make it into something too. You can make it into some kind of wild like landscape or something too. You can play with this so much. Oh, look. Watch. Turn it upside down. Now you have something completely different. I love this stuff, and this is why I have fun with doing art and paint and things like that. And I love showing you, so I hope you enjoy this too. Now, if you want to, let's play for fun. I'll add a little bit of white now too. I'll try the little scrapings of everything. How about that? Little scrapings of white in there. There we go, a little bit more. A little white. Kind of interesting. Kind of brings out the little white that I did with the water. But I'm going to add a little bit of... Let's try sideways. Let's try a little bit of blue too. Eh? Why not? Since we got it out. I haven't got all the colors on there, so let's try a little bit of blue. And maybe I'll make it a light blue. A white to it. Oh, this should be interesting. Well, that changes things completely. Wow. Okay, let's do that again. Now we're getting somewhere. I see. Let's try this one. Fascinating. Let me know what you think in the comments, or give it a like if you like how this is turning out, because I love hearing from you guys. Stalactites and stalagmites. Look at that. That's kind of neat. It's kind of different. We'll flip it over. Woohoo! Always interesting to try something different, right? All right. A little bit of blue, a little more white. There we go. We're making something really interesting now. Mm-mm. The things you can think of. Okay. Look at that. That's looking neat. All right. We're almost done. Almost done. And last but not least, a little glue. More glue on that side. There we go. Our last strip. Neat things to do. There you go. So some neat things for you to try out with scraping, neat things to do with water, and very cool things that you can do with just a business card and your imagination and a little bit of paint. So I'm going to try and create something really cool with this because look at the colors that came out. Look, it's just like, yeah, it needs something. I think maybe I might do somebody's portrait on this too. So if you see anybody that you would think you should do a portrait of, let me know in the comments below, and I will do it. And if you can't think of anybody, I'll try and figure out one for myself. So, let's find the garbage here. All right, and always a little bit dirty, you know. There's never clean. I'm never really completely clean. I'm always a little dirty, and that's okay because I know you appreciate it. And if you want to see any more of my art or even inquire about any art, please contact me, KimOverholt.com, and I'm more than happy to help you with anything you might need. In the meantime, I want to say peace of brother with a little bit added, as my mom used to say, and try to keep it as quick and painless as possible. Have a great day. You too.